Yep.
Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Kaleb Forr, the head football coach at Grand Blanc. How's it going?
It's going well, Casey. Thanks for having me.
All right. So, getting ready for the upcoming season. What has it been like just to go through the summer, go through all the things, all the practices that the MHSA has given you guys, and to get ready for the upcoming season beginning just in a few weeks, just next week.
Yeah, it's been great. Our kids have been working really hard. They've been really grinding it out all winter, spring, and summer in the weight room, which has been huge for us, getting stronger, faster, more mobile. So we've been working really hard in trying to compete in as many 7-on-7s as we can. We're allowed the 15 days in the summer, so we've taken advantage of them and got some good competition throughout the year. Yeah, it's been great. We're ready to go. It's kind of we're at the point right now where we're chomping at the bit to get ready to practice and put on the shoulder pads and actually get this thing really going.
All right. This group this year, I know what kind of talk about what kind of team you have in 2024.
Yeah, we got a good group of kids coming back that have had some good experience in the last couple of years since I've been here. We have some experience up front on the offensive line, which is a great way to start. Our center, Jensen Smith, is a guy that is a 3-year starter for us that does a really good job of being that leader up front, along with Jack Stewart, our left tackle. That's a returning junior that started as a sophomore. He's a monster, super big, super physical. And then another senior that's been a 3-year starter for us has been Ethan Rosenberg. So those guys coming back up front are a good presence on our offense, along with our quarterback Jake Morrow and Matt Evans, our Z receiver. We have some guys in the defensive end coming back, a 3-year starter, Nathan Shimbara. That's our defensive captain, I'd say, along with our 2 stud inside linebackers, Makai Williams and Joey LaRobedier, that are just monsters in the middle. Joey leading the state in tackles last year for Division One. We have a good opportunity to start off the year with a good opponent that will really test us in Mona Shores. We know that they have a great history of tradition of winning, and somebody you want to play week 1 to really show everybody who we are and kind of give ourselves a good test of where we need to improve and kind of how we can go throughout the year and seeing how tough we are. That's a big thing for us, is we want to take it week by week and really build our foundation on our toughness and our ability to be physical and play for each other.
Absolutely. I know you kind of mentioned it, but now it's time to go through all the returners and all of the guys to watch this year for your team. We'll start with the offense, then we'll go to the defense, and then special teams.
Yeah, so up front, like I said, we have 3 returning guys up front. Actually, well, 4 if you count Brody LeBlanc, who played some games last year at center for us. But it starts with those guys up front. So Jensen Smith and Ethan Rosenberg being a 3-year starters themselves, as well as Brody LeBlanc being a senior starter, and then Jack Stewart being a monster at left tackle. We're kind of having some guys fight it out for the other guard position right now that we feel really confident in their ability, and we love the competition that they're breeding. And then moving out from there, we have a kid that we're really excited about in our tight end position, Aaron Jones, that's really developed his strength and is a big target, kind of like a Pitts type of guy. He's a really big target to throw to. He's physical at the line of scrimmage. He's put on good weight. He moves really well. And then we're branching out from there. We have a bunch of guys coming back in the outside. Matt Evans is one that's done a good job this offseason of growing and developing, along with Jarrell Clement, who's making some waves in some college coaches' eyes with his frame and his ability and his potential. He's a big, tall receiver that runs really well. He's a big track kid. He qualified for the state 100 meter and is showing his ability with his work ethic too. And then the X factor could be a kid named Kasten Sendry. He's a slot for us that makes some really amazing plays. And he has opportunity to be a guy this year if he buys into it and grows a little bit. In the backfield with Jake Morrow, our returning junior quarterback, who was our starter last year as a sophomore. We have Nick Lemons and Micah Bell, a junior, coming back, and Jeremiah Coleman, who's an upcoming sophomore that could make some waves in the state as well. So, again, the play caller being a returner is huge for us. And Jake Morrow, he's a good kid that works really hard and has developed a lot of his game and his mental capacity to take some things in and grow and make the throws that he needs to make for us to win on Friday nights. Defensively, up front, we have a lot of guys that we're losing, 4 guys up front for us defensively. So a lot of shoes to fill, but we have a ton of dudes that worked really hard coming up that are going to do some good things for us. You talk about Ben Stanley and Trevor London, guys in the middle that are going to be juniors that are huge weightlifters that have gotten really strong. And then, our linebacking core is one of the best in the state. If you'd ask some people around the area, we have Makai Williams and Joey LaRobedier that are 2 of the best linebackers in the state. And I think, statistically, Joey had one of the best years in the state last year at all levels, not just Division One. And for a junior to be able to do that, the way he tackles, the way he finds the ball, is something special. And Makai just developing, growing, being a monster physically, and him running so well will give him opportunities to make plays as well. Our cornerback position will be something that we're still working on and competing for. DeAndre Green is a guy that we have potentially playing some corner. Brandon Harris is another one that we're really fighting for a spot. Matt Evans, who plays offense, will also play some corner for us as well. Amongst other guys, some seniors that have opportunities to step up, which is great. And then in the back end, it starts with Nate Shimbara, a kid that's a 3-year starter for us at safety that could be an all-league SVL player this year. He should be. And Elijah Wells, who's a dynamic athlete, that's a returning linebacker that we're bumping to the back end this year. So, and then our special teams here at Grand Blanc, we've had a long history of great special teams players. A lot of great kickers come out of here. You got Hertzberg and the John Mills, and the list goes on and on. And Ben Thompson is a kid that could develop into one of those types of kids if he puts in the work and stays consistent with it. So, we have opportunity, and Ben Thompson is a kid that's coming back that was a recognized kicker for the SVL last year as well. So, we have an opportunity to make some things happen. It just we're trying to take it day by day. And with Mona Shores on the clock, they're the ones that we're really preparing for, and that's the only thing that we have in mind right now. Not a championship, not SVL title. We're just worried about winning week 1, and these guys understand that, and we want to do it together. And it's an exciting group to be coaching.
Okay, so now you talked about all the kids, and now let's talk about the upcoming schedule. I know, of course, you just mentioned the in the Vehicle City Gridiron Classic against Mona Shores. They are coming on the 29th of August, and then I'll just run through the rest of the schedule. September 6th, home against Flint Carmen Ainsworth. September 13th at Saginaw Heritage. September 20th at Traverse City West. September 27th, home against Lansing Everett. October 4th at Lapeer. Do you guys have anybody on the 11th by chance?
Yeah, Saginaw United.
Okay, Saginaw United on the 11th, and then October 18th at Davison, and then finishing out the regular season, October 25th, home against Romeo. Okay, so pretty good schedule, but you guys, I know the SVL is one tough league as it always is, but kind of give the outlook on what the league may look like this year.
Everyone's been chasing after Davison and what they've built in the last few years for the SVL. I know we knocked them off in 2021, the year before I got here, and that was a huge moment for the program. And we're like I said earlier, we're just really focusing on the next game. The league is always going to be tough. Heritage is a tough physical football team. Carmen Ainsworth has tremendous athletes. and put some great games together throughout the course of the year. Going up to Traverse City and playing them is always a tough task, and Lapeer is always going to have a physical team. They always have big boys out there. And Saginaw United, I think with their new staff, they're going to be more developed and chomping at the bit, as well as their school coming together, merging together. They might be more developed than they've ever been. And then obviously Davison is the team that everyone's kind of striving to knock off with their tremendous ability to bring kids in and do what they do. It's they're a tough opponent. So yeah, we're excited to go out and do our best and show up every week and prepare every week like it's the most important one. That's what we're trying to set in the minds of our guys, is just let's be 1-0 this week. And with our SVL schedule and the non-conference teams that we play, we have a good chance of really doing something special, and these guys understand that. So it's just, again, it's a week by week mindset that we're trying to create and try to burn into the back of our heads, like this is the most important week, nothing after it, nothing before it. And yeah, we're ready to take on the next opponent.
Okay. So it'll be a few weeks. I know this week is not really, there's not a lot going on. Obviously there's conditioning, there's guys in the weight room, but obviously no football activities. But there is a lot planned as we begin things on the 12th at the midnight thing. That's
Yeah,
the
Grand Blanc has been a leader in the Midnight Madness category. We've done that forever here, and it's
taking it to
really
a whole nother
fun.
level too.
What's that?
Taking it to a whole nother level as well.
Yeah, I mean, the students come out and they love it. That's what's fun, is like the students can come out. We try to make it an event, although it is like, in the middle of the night on a Sunday, and, our stadium now is kind of in a neighborhood, but, we try to make it fun for the community, for the kids, because that's what it's about. We want to create these memories for these kids that they have forever. And these moments like Midnight Madness are ones that they'll carry on forever. So, unfortunately, the last 2 years we've had rain on those Sunday nights. So, let's hope that this upcoming weekend we get a dry night for once, and we'll have the jumbotron on, we'll have the music playing, it'll be fun, and the kids are really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And by the way, also last thing, this obviously Grand Blanc is if you haven't been to Grand Blanc in a while, there's been a lot of changes to that place. Of course, as you mentioned, the new stadium. I got to check it out myself last year when I think you guys were hosting. I believe it was a soccer regional.
Hmm.
It's, that was pretty cool. But just I know since you've been here, what has it been like just to see all this new stuff come forward in the community?
Yeah, that's the huge thing, that when they were creating the plans or coming up with the plans to implement the stadium that's state of the art like we have, we wanted it not just to be a football field, we wanted it to be somewhere the community can embrace, and be like a kind of like a staple of our community. And they've done that. They've had concerts, they've had movie nights, different things like that. Not only is it the stadium, it's the building itself with the aquatic center in there, hosting so many things, and recreational swimming and things like that. It's awesome to see the use of it, and how invested everyone is in trying to get out there, which is exciting. I mean, that's what it's made for. So, the at the end of the day, the most people that are ever in there is on Friday nights and at a big football game. And it's awesome to see that thing packed on Friday night, representing the community and our football program. That's what we're trying to do. And, we want to give them a show and be a team that the community could be proud of, not just the way that we play, but the way that we act and go about our life. And, it that represents the stadium as well, in our community. So we're really fortunate that we have such an awesome complex, and it's the state of the art. It's one of the best in the state. And we're all excited to host the Vehicle City Classic. And it'll be awesome to have a couple different schools come in and experience what we get to experience on every home game.
All right. Well, Kaleb, thank you so much for the time as always, and best of luck to the Bobcats coming up this season.
Thanks, Case. I appreciate it. Take care.